you could read this book and teach yourself to fix those holes all by yourself. Or you can work with us and we'll help you. But I think that it's not anywhere near as complex as you think it is. I don't think you have to sit by the river and contemplate your navel. I don't think you have to figure out why your mom and papa didn't love you enough. I think that you can stop by stopping, which is a very practical, concrete thing of defining your rule, watching yourself try to break it, and then ignoring that voice or disempowering that voice.
So, I mean, obviously you have a few tips to try to help people like slow down from binge eating, overeating, etc. So do you think it really is possible to never binge eat again? And how can people try to like learn more, get more tips to help out with this?
So I do think it's impossible. I do think that it's possible to never binge again. I named the book Never Binge Again because even though we know that most people make mistakes when they set out towards a goal, it turns out the psychology of winning is a psychology of a perfect commitment, but with a concomitant willingness to forgive yourself with dignity if you make a mistake. So, when Lance Armstrong stepped out to win the Tour de France, he visualizes himself, I think, I would imagine, visualizes himself crossing the finish line of his career. If you're going to climb a mountain, you visualize yourself with your arms up at the top of the mountain knowing that you did it. You don't say, maybe I'll make it, maybe I won't. Because that really means, especially when it's a hard task and there's a lot of pleasure involved in failing, you don't say, I'll make it, maybe I won't. Because what that really means is I'll just try for a little while so I don't feel like it anymore. And there are some commitments which need to be perfect, like you never hear this marital vow at a wedding. And gee, honey, I'm 90% sure that I can never sleep with anybody else again, but I'm sure I have a lot of attractive people up there, and I don't want to lie. People make a commitment, and the nature of a commitment is the plan to do it with 100% certainty. If you make a mistake, if an archer misses the bullseye, they stand up and they aim with precision again. What they don't do is say, I'm a pathetic bullseye misser, and that is well shoot all the rest of the arrows up in the air into the audience. So there's a appropriate psychology when you're facing towards a goal, which has to do with perfection, perfect commitment, and there's an appropriate psychology when you are trying to recover from mistake, and that has to do with being kind to yourself and recognizing that you do make mistakes, forgiving yourself for dignity and and we are capable of switching back and forth between those two things. So when I say, well, I will never binge again, I'm embracing the philosophy of winners as they are climbing a mountain or aiming at the bullseye. And that the reason that works is because with that philosophy, you can purge all the doubt and insecurity from your mind. And in so doing, you avoid the distraction and energy drain of that doubt and insecurity, and you can focus all your energy and thinking on the goal. You're much more likely to achieve it. But yes, I do think it's possible to never binge again, and I think it's the only attitude that works. And where people can find out more? Well, if you go to neverbingeagain.com, I can get you a free copy of the book in Kindle or PDF format if you want the Audible or paperback for a small charge. And that's at neverbingeagain.com. Hit the big red button. Free reader bonuses. But you will also get two more powerful things. One is a set of free food plan starter templates, which include a potential set of rules that you can modify for your own benefit for any dietary philosophy you might happen to have. So whether you're ketogenic or macrobiotic or calorie counting or point counting or vegan or carnivore, whatever you are, there is a set of example rules for you to get started with. You just have to modify them to make them your own. And the last thing that I have there is a set of recorded coaching sessions. The reason that I did that, and this is all free, the reason that I did that was because I wanted people to hear how this philosophy works in practice. In theory, I know I sound really weird. You must be thinking, God, this guy had a psychologist on his call, and he's a sophisticated guy, but he's got a pig in his brain, he doesn't even take off, and he doesn't have pharma. What the hell is this? It sounds really harsh, but it's actually a very compassionate, life-giving process. And if you hear how people are transformed from feeling despairing and hopeless and powerless over their food problem to having hope and enthusiasm and optimism, I think that it's going to be very inspiring for you. So I recorded a bunch of sessions. So neverbingeagain.com, and you click the big red button.
Easy enough. I had one other question here for you. We deal with a lot of athletes ranging from very young all the way to professional. And they, during the season, prepping for the season, they are spot on with their nutrition, eating to excel. They utilize their genetics and eating the right way for themselves. But once the season is over, they lose it. They're eating the donuts, they're eating the burgers, they're eating more chocolate than crap ton. And eventually, the career ends. So when that usually happens, they end up blowing up, as opposed to being in that peak shape that they've been in all their lives, being this peak specimen to be able to perform at such a high level. What advice, as a psychologist such as yourself with so much experience in this area, might you be able to lend to them in order to stay, not necessarily so strict and being, I won't say unhappy, but unhappy, if you would, but kind of find the happy medium so they can continue to live a long, happy life outside of their athletics when it comes to food?
What I find with those types of people, I work with athletes also sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to think about the second and third rung of the archery target. And so if during the athletic season when you're trying to peak, you're aiming directly at the bullseye, you need to define, on an archery target, the boundaries of the second and third ring are very, very clear. Whereas with a lot of athletes, they're not even shooting for the target on the off-season. So what I suggest is that people define more clearly what the off-season boundaries really are, so that they're not so far off when they want to get back on season, and so that they have experience with developing an eating style that's not so manic depressive, and that when they eventually are not so involved with the athletics, it's a lot easier to go forward and take care of themselves. And so what that looks like is, maybe in the on-season I eat no sugar or flour and so many grams of protein and whatever their particular dietary philosophy is. But then in the off-season I can have one serving of any dinner and dessert that I want to at a restaurant twice a week, but no more. Or, I can have pasta 3 times a week, provided that I, do a cardio workout for 90 minutes or whatever it's going to be. But I suggest that they more clearly delineate what those boundaries are, so that they don't weaken the muscle, the metaphorical muscle in their brain too much, and they can just sail through as the athletics become less and less a part of their life.
Definitely.
Well answered.
Absolutely. So because our listeners want to learn more, where can they go and where can they follow you?
Everything is really at neverbingeagain.com. If you go to neverbingeagain.com and sign up for the reader bonuses, you'll be led to everything. What everything includes, on top of all the free stuff, there's also a free forum, which you'll find up at the website. There's also, and that's fairly active. We've got about 3,500 people there. There is a podcast at neverbingeagainpodcast.com, and we do offer paid programs if you're looking for direct personal help to fix your food problem and have us help you to come up with a customized food plan and figure out why you keep breaking it. So we have a consumer program, and then we have a program for professionals who want to help other people or people who want to become professional. So we train the trainer, and that's at becomeaweightlosscoach.com. But really, if you go to neverbingeagain.com and click the big red button, get on that list, everything will come to you.
Yeah, I was going through that website the past couple days, and there is a ton of stuff on there. How do you put together so much information and just give it away? I mean, there's a lot of information out there that you're just literally giving away.
Well, I'm not rich, but I made a bunch of money doing corporate consulting and some other things, and I have the mission to help 1 million people a year stop binge eating, and this really worked for me. It's working for thousands of other people. So I give the book away for free in electronic format, and I give all these other electronics away, all this information for free, because I really want to be able to help people who can't afford them. And we do charge for our program, so a certain percentage of people wind up coming into the coaching program, and so a bunch of people buy the paperback and they buy the Audible book, and so it actually is a business. But I could make more if I charged for the information up front. I just thought it would help less people, so I prefer this model, and I'll make a little less, but I don't spend that much, so I don't really do that much. And we're going to build a big business in the long run. We're taking investors next year, and we're going to build software and all that kind of thing. So don't worry about me with the money. I don't have that much right now, but I'll be okay.
Now, before we go, one other topic is, again, on the food industry. I mean, I don't binge watch necessarily on Netflix, but I do browse through. Okay, so my daughter binge watches CrossFit stuff on Netflix, so I
Here's
still
your defense.
Yeah,
Yep.
I still go through, and there's so much in the food industry. What things can our listeners look for when making the right conscientious decisions in what they purchase every single week at their local grocery store, based upon what's coming out?
Ultimately, I think people should shop on the side of the supermarket and stay away from the aisles where all the packaged stuff is. Because if it has a label, there's probably some processed junk in it. But you could try to keep sugar below the fifth ingredient on the label, and that includes all forms of sugar. You can try to start your meal with a little bit of fruit and some salad rather than all of the processed prepared stuff. So a lot of the standard advice that you'll hear from nutritionists, and I don't think I've invented any of that. It's just things that I've borrowed and used. Less manufactured food, more whole natural food. That's what it comes down to. Less things with labels, more things that you have to prepare.
Common sense, but believe it or not, many need to hear that. So, definitely, I encourage everyone to go to www.neverbingeeatagain.com. Check out the different publications. Make sure...
It's neverbingeagain.com.
Excuse me. Neverbingeagain.com. Thank you. www.neverbingeagain.com. And make sure on Amazon and anywhere you can, if you enjoy it, leave your 5-star reviews there as well. And
thank you.
I so very much appreciate you, Glenn, for being here today and spending your time with us. And I know you're going to make a very large impact on our listeners when they do tune in after we hit the publish button come Monday morning on their commutes, whenever they're listening to this. So thank you so much again for being with us.
Appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you, Glenn.
All right, Glenn, I hit the off button. Is there anything else that you wanted to cover, or?
No, that was great. I know I talked up a storm. I hope you had a chance to ask me what you wanted to.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you make it pretty simple here. Where are you located?
I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Florida now.
Oh, nice. I was down in Tampa for over 10 years there and looking to go back.
Well, give me a call when you... I just moved here 3 weeks ago.
Oh, wow, that's pretty quick. There you go. Yeah. I usually get down to Florida. I'll probably be getting back down again this summer, so if you don't mind, I'd love to give you a call and maybe get some lunch or dinner or something like that and just shoot the breeze.
Give me a call when you're back.
I am definitely going to do that. All right, Glenn. Well,
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure. Enjoy your weekend.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Have a great day.